Hi, I'm Steve Bourie, and I am the author of The American Casino Guide book.
And I'm Matt Bourie, and I'm the editor of the American Casino Guide book. And our video today is 5 ways to increase your comps in the casinos.
All right, today we're going to talk about 5 ways to increase your comps in the casino. These are the 5 best ways that we think of for you to increase your comps in the casino. And some of them are very basic, but some of them are a little advanced. So hopefully you'll learn these and you'll be able to get more comps when you go to the casinos, because there are some tricks to it. All right, number 1, this is the basic, and everybody knows it, is you have to sign up for a Players Club card.
And when we say Players Club card, it's if you've never been in a casino before, it's sort of like a rewards program that any grocery store or something that you shop at has, where the more you're there and the more money you spend, the more you get back. And it's a little credit card. It looks about this big. Most of them have a hole punched in them to put on a lanyard or a keychain or something. And it's pretty much just a credit card. You put it in the machine. There's a little slot for it. You put it in. And it keeps track of how much money you bet, how much money you put through the machine, how long you play, how much you lose, a bunch of different variables. And based on that, the casino sends you rewards in the mail.
Yeah, the casino is going to come up with a formula, and like if you're a frequent flyer, the more you spend, the more they'll give you in points. Same thing in a casino. The more you spend, the more business you give them, the more they will give you back in prizes or gifts or rebates or match play or free play. Now, one thing we should say, we didn't say it in the beginning, but this is about machine play. This is not for table game play.
Yeah, and you'll hear a lot of people say on the internet, especially in our comment section on YouTube, that you shouldn't play with a Players Club card because they keep track of how much you win, and once you start winning money, then they turn off the machine to just take all your money and stop paying out. And that's just not true in the least bit. So don't even listen to those people, especially in our comment section.
Yeah, gaming regulations would not allow that to happen. So again, number 1 is you got to sign up for the card. We assume you all know what the card is. If not, basically you're given like a little credit card. There's a slot in the machine. You insert it before you play. It has your name and your account number on there. And as you play, it'll track, like Matt said, it'll track the amount of money you put through the machine. It'll know how much you win and how much you lose. And generally, most casinos will give you your benefits based on the total amount you put through the machine, not necessarily whether you win or you lose, the total amount of play you put through. That's the way most of them. Some might differ from that a little, but that's basically the way the comp system works. All right, number 2 is always use your Players Club card. Now, if you've read articles by gaming writers, it's pretty basic stuff that you always want to use your card when you play, because if you don't use your card, they won't know how much you're betting, and you won't be able to get any benefits because they don't know that you're playing. So number 2 now is always use your Players Club card whenever you go and sit down at a machine to play.
Now, even though Steve just said that you should always use your Players Club card, I have to add a caveat here. You shouldn't always use your Players Club card. And because the way the Players Club works is the casino has what they call your theoretical loss, or your Theo, what a lot of people shorten it as. And the casinos know that anything can happen in the short run, that people can win money, people can lose money, but they know that in the long run how much they're supposed to make on each game in the casino, be it any table game or slot machine or video poker. And what they do is they base all of your comps, the vast majority of the casinos at least, base your comps on what's called the ADT, or your average daily theoretical loss, average daily Theo. And the times that you shouldn't use the card is if you're just running into the casino real quick and leaving, like if you're going to do any of these pickups, like the casinos near us have pickups for gift cards or a bottle of liquor or anything like that. And if you're just running in and out of the casino, you're only going to be in there playing 5 minutes. Then you shouldn't use your card, because say that you go one day and you give the casino, they figure out that your average daily theoretical loss is $1,000 if you're there for 4 or 5 hours or whatever. And then if you go the next day just for a pickup and you only play for 5 minutes, your average daily Theo is going to be very low, or your Theo for that day is going to be very low, and then it's going to be averaged through the 2 days, and it's pretty much going to be cut in half, and you're going to have get rated at half the play that you would had you not put your card in that second day when you were just going in and out.
Yeah, that's a very good point because, like I said, most gaming articles you read or speak to gaming writers, they always say always use your card, but there are certain instances that Matt pointed out where you really wouldn't want to use your card all the time, especially if you're going to be there for a short period of time because you'll kill your average daily Theo.
All right, number 3 on our list of the best tips to increase your comps in the casino is to always play on promotional days. And the easiest example for this is point multiplier day. Some casinos, certain days of the week, they'll give everybody a point multiplier, or maybe it's just seniors. But I've seen 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. I've seen even up to 11 times multipliers that only apply on slot machines. And the easiest way to explain this is if you play on a day when they don't have a multiplier and you play on a day when they have a 5 times multiplier, if you're on the day with no multiplier, you have to put 5 times as much money through that machine to get the same amount of Players Club points as you would on the multiplier day. So why play on Tuesday that doesn't have a multiplier? You'd have to put $500 through instead of getting the same amount of points on Wednesday when they have the multiplier, when you'd only have to put $100 through.
Yeah, that makes sense. The other thing is sometimes casinos will have gifts. Now, depending on the value of the gift, it may not be worth your time and effort, but some of them are pretty good. Probably one of the best examples would be either a gas card or a department store card or a grocery store card.
I've seen Home Depot cards, the gift cards.
Yeah, and usually, usually they give them away in $10 or $25 denominations. So by putting your play in and reaching the levels that you need to get those free cards, you're lowering the casino advantage over you, and you're helping to increase your comp rate.
Yeah, so for example, if you walked into a casino and they had a promotion that was earn 100 points and get a $25 gas gift card, and you lost $50 while getting your 100 points, but they give you a $25 gift card to use at a gas station, I mean, that really makes up for it. Everybody needs gas if you drive a car, so I mean, it's not like you're not going to be able to use it. I mean, some of the stranger ones I've seen, like a Home Depot gift card, maybe not, but I mean, you can give it to somebody as a gift even if you don't need it.
Sure. Now, there's one other thing that sometimes casinos will have contests where you're entered in a drawing to win a prize, and those are kind of iffy because, number one, you'd have to do some research and find out how many people are entered into these drawings and see if you have a shot at possibly winning it. And sometimes that's a very difficult thing to do. But one thing that we see people complain about all the time is they say, oh, well, the same people win these drawings all the time. And I say, well, you're probably in there and you're probably betting, $100 a day. And there are big players that go in and they'll bet, $5,000 a day or $10,000 a day. And they're accumulating all these entries. And that's why a lot of times in casinos, when you see the same people winning all the time, it's because it's these big players who are getting all these huge amount of entries, and that's how they're able to win those. So again, if you want to try and go for one of those contests, try and do a little research, see what your odds are. If they have a lot of winners, it's good. If they have only 1 or 2 winners, it's bad because, again, those people who get all those, put in all that money and get all those entries, those are the ones who pretty much have the best shot to win those contests.
And another big thing to look for in those contests is to see if the same person can win multiple times, because the same thing happens if you got a big player. They can win half the drawings, but if it's a drawing where the same person can't win multiple times, then that also is a pretty good way to increase your chances as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, number 4 on our list of the best ways to increase your comps in the casinos is to try and play on one card if you're multiple players. Now by this, I mean, let's say you're a husband and a wife. People ask this a lot. They say, well, my husband has a card and I have a card. Should we play on each of our cards, or should we play on one card? Well, if you go back to what we said before about the average daily Theo, you would be much better off playing on one card than 2 cards. And then if you want, I mean, if you're a husband and a wife and you want to play on one card, on the husband's card and the wife's card, play one day on the husband's card, both of you, and then play the next day on the wife's card, the both of you. But the more play that you put, or even better, if you play for 1 month on one card and the next month play on the other card, because the more play that you put on one card, the higher your average daily Theo, and the more comps you're going to get. If you switch back and forth, or you're playing on two different cards, you're watering down your average daily Theo. So just keep it in mind. You want to make that average daily Theo as high as you can.
And now this also can apply to other groups as well, like if you're mother and son, boyfriend and girlfriend, anything like that. It's a good idea to keep it in the family, because if you can do it with other people, like just groups of friends, but some casinos frown upon that. So be careful doing that if you're not immediate family members, or at least very close to it.
Yeah, and there's also one other situation. If you have a friend that you're close with. When I first started going to Las Vegas, I used to go with my friend Marvin, and we would go partners. So we would put the card in. Sometimes we'd play on his card. Sometimes we'd play on my card. But I wasn't as knowledgeable back then. Now I would just do, play on one card one day, play on the other card the next day, to get your average daily Theo up. But if you have a friend, you could do that. You could say, okay, we're going to the casino. Let's play on your card, and then and then we'll go to either go to another casino, or the next day play on the other person's card. But the one thing you have to be very careful of is you have to make sure you can trust that friend.
Yeah, because there was that definitely happens a lot, because if you play on one friend's card all day, and then they get all the mailers, you need to sort of rely on them to tell you that the mailers are coming, so that you guys can, if you split the money, then you need to be able to split the rewards also. Or even worse is if you're together and you were playing a machine and you hit a taxable jackpot of $1,200 or more, they're going to come over, ask for the Players Club card of who was playing, and if it's your friend's card that was in, they are going to pay that person, and then they have to be able to split it with you evenly. There was actually an interesting story at a casino near us. There was an older gentleman was in the high limit room at the casino, was playing a slot machine, and there was a much younger woman that was there with him. And I guess he was not doing too well, and he had said, "Hey," he asked the young woman that was with him, to hit the button for him for good luck, and she hit a very large jackpot. I think it was like $100,000 or something. Yeah, it was $100,000 jackpot, and they came over and asked. They're like, "Oh, well, whose jackpot is it?" And the girl's like, "Oh, it was my jackpot. I hit the button." They paid her the money, and then she got up and left and kept the whole $100,000.
Now you can Google that because it is out there on the internet. It was widely written about. So again, you got to be careful. Make sure if you want to do that you can trust the person. And then one other thing about it is some casinos may frown upon that happening. If you're related, say you're father and a daughter, a mother and a son, husband and a wife, they wouldn't care. But if you're two friends, they may frown upon it. But
for that exact reason.
For that exact reason, right? But I've done it in the past. I've done it for years, and it's never been a problem.
And number 5, and the last tip for how to increase your comps in the casinos, is sort of plays into that one with sticking to one card, and that's actually sticking to one casino. So, like for instance, if you go to Vegas and you're in Vegas for a week, and one day you want to go down the strip and visit all the casinos, instead of like playing $100 at each casino that you stop in, and breaking up your play, like signing up for all the Players Club cards and bringing them all home so you have souvenirs is great and all. But your best bet is, if you would like to get offers to come back, you should pick one casino that you like the most and stick most of your play in at that one casino, instead of, because it's going to look you're going to get much more comps if you were to put $1,000 through at one casino than if you were to put $100 through at 10 casinos.
Yeah, and probably if you're an out-of-town player, probably the most valuable thing to you is to get a room, either a free room or a discounted room. And if you spread your play out at multiple casinos, you're just watering down the offers that you're going to get. So try and find a place that you're happy with, and that you'd like to return to, and put all your play in, I'd say 90% of your play in at that one casino, so that you can get some strong offers to go back there. Because again, probably, and it really doesn't cost the casino that much to give you the room for free or a discount. So it really is one of the best things to shoot for when you're looking for something in the way of comps, because it doesn't cost the casino much. It's very valuable to you because it'll save you a lot of money. A lot of times you get those free rooms. You don't even have to pay the daily resort fees. So it is pretty valuable. So keep it in mind. Don't spread don't go running all over town to different casinos. Yeah, it might be fun. You like to go there, but group your play all in one casino if you can do it.
All right, so that does it for our 5 tips on how to increase your comps in the casinos. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss out on any of our other great videos.
Yeah, thanks for watching, and best wishes for good luck in the casinos. Don't forget that you can see more of our educational gambling videos on our YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com/American Casino Guide.